Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a little fun video where I'm going to be giving my opinion and my ranking on what I think are the best ones and of course also the worst ones in this small little top 8 of the best contracts in GTA Online. All of them have now been released and well, in case you do need them, I have made a guide for every single contract, so check that out in the eye in the top right of your screen. Let's get started. On number 8, the data contract. By far, in my opinion, the contract that I try to avoid as much as I can. The first setup is bad, the second setup is bad, but you can skip it luckily, and the finale is not really that interesting either, considering the fact in the second half of it, you're gonna be doing nothing but sitting in one location, waiting until the file has uploaded. Not all that interesting. The only redeemable part about the finale is the first part where you go into the bunker, but other than that, we've already been there too, so it's like, I wouldn't mind not playing this one. On number 7, the Super Dollar Deal, a contract that is kind of like, it's not bad, but I wouldn't go out of my way to really want to go and play it. If there's other contracts on the board, then yeah, this will definitely be the one I will skip over. The first setup is just really like you getting hammered by military personnel, and the second one is a tailing mission, and if there's something that I really don't like, it's tailing mission. So in terms of setups, not all that interesting, and the finale itself is just a bit, like it's cool to go and try to shut down an MOC with sticky bombs, but it's not really super exciting. It's a little too simple for my liking, and there's definitely better contracts out there. So while I wouldn't avoid playing it, I wouldn't really go out of my way to play it either. On number 6, the agency deal. There's a few reasons why this one is at number 6. First of all, the first setup is meh. Second setup is kind of cool, but the finale, while it's cool, we've already been there. And if there's one thing that everyone despises within this game, it's Doomsday AI. Now combine this with a Doomsday location you've been a few times already, and you got a recipe for a contract that, while it's cool and you're basically going the opposite direction of what you did do in the Doomsday heist, it's still like, meh, we've been here, we've seen it, we've experienced it, and it's a cool mission. The cutscene itself, though, that does play during the finale is kind of funny, and I do kind of enjoy it, but other than that, it's alright. I would play it if I see it and kind of feel like doing some mini Doomsday heist stuff, but other than that, I prefer to play contract number 5, which is the prison contract. Now, by far one of the coolest finales within the contract list. These setups are all cool to do, I don't mind them. I think that the first setup, definitely from a story point of view, was pretty well done. Having to drive him around a little bit is a little bit maybe on the mass side, but in general I think the overall theme and the overall setup itself is pretty good. When it comes to the second setup, I mean, who doesn't like seeing some Terminator references and ramming through things with your Phantom Wedge and delivering a big old jump that you're going to then use in the finale. The main reason why this is in 5th place is because we've been to Prison Break before. We've done something similar, but obviously this is, in my opinion, a better version. What is not cool about jumping into a prison with a car, killing 2 guys, and then just driving off again like nothing happened. Overall, very cool mission, very much enjoyed it. Main reason why it's a number 5 is because we've done something similar before. On number 4, the Lost Contract. Both of these setup missions are good, I do enjoy playing them, but the finale itself is also pretty good. However, I do feel that as a solo player, going through 4 locations on your own is a little repetitive, and since most people will play these solo, I do think that it might have been better to have a little bit more variety within this. Obviously, the nice thing about the Lost Contract, and one of the things that I do appreciate, is that if you do use the Phantom Wedge within the setup where you have to get yourself one of the trailer trucks, then using the Phantom Wedge in the finale is a very nice touch. Being able to utilize your personal vehicles within the contracts is a very welcome thing. I just really hope that they would have allowed us to use more than tuner vehicles only, but I can kind of see why they wanted to do it, because it's like, hey, you have now got to buy yourself a tuner vehicle if you want to use your own style and own type of things, and obviously it fits the theme and all the good stuff. But the only reason why this is really a number 4 is because I felt that the finale was a little bit repetitive, though overall an enjoyable contract that I would definitely play a couple of times more. On number 3, the bank contract. While the first setup is enjoyable, the second setup does seem very much useless. The main reason why you have to do the second setup is to have signal jammers in place for whenever you do the finale. However, these signal jammers become useless after you've done 2 banks, considering the small amount of time that you do have after you do the very first bank. Which means that you can just decide to skip over this entire mission, and if you do decide to do it to begin with, you're essentially doing the finale for the first time, and then during the finale you're doing the exact same mission as in the second setup, which is just actually just completely pointless, and I don't really see the reason why it's in here when it's so useless. Luckily though, you can obviously skip over it, so you don't actually have to do it, but when it comes to the finale, obviously, we all love robbing banks. It's very cool that we're able to just be solo and just go through all the 6 banks. It's a very enjoyable experience. Though I do feel that because we have done this before with a Fleeca job, especially since one of the locations is actually at the Fleeca job, I'm gonna put it in the 3rd spot. On number 2, the Union Depository contract. The reason why this is in 2nd place is for a very simple reason: the second setup. Tailing missions are boring, they are not interesting, and I don't want anything to do with them. Especially considering the fact that there's no way to really speed up this guy, you're just kind of stuck with him and you have to hopefully see him go towards Vinewood Hills rather than the Vespucci location, because that takes a long time and is not that interesting. The overall aesthetic of the second setup though is cool, you know, using the police scanner and that sort of stuff. It's a cool mission, but I do think that because of that second setup, it holds it back a little bit. However, the finale, of course, very cool mission, being able to finally rob the unit depository within online. Very cool the way that you can also like prepare it and everything. Overall, it's a very solid mission that definitely fits the entire narrative of the entire contract. Every setup does feel like you're doing it to prepare the finale well, and the finale itself is just really a treat as well. So hopefully Rockstar will keep this level of contracts up for sure. And of course that leaves us but only one contract to be the number 1, the ECU contract. By far, in my opinion, the one that feels the most like you're really setting up for the finale. Taking pictures of the train to make sure that you have all the required information to know where to place the bombs, as well as the first setup where you can even go undercover and try to find the plans with the dock worker outfit. Overall, a very solid contract that I very much enjoyed doing, and well, let's be honest here, the fact that we give a little middle finger to the Red Dead Online player base is also a nice bonus. This is a joke, don't get upset. Okay, it's just ironic that GT Online got the train mission before Red Dead did. Also a nice touch to the finale is the text message you get so you can find the right crate for the ECU. And overall, a very cool mission that I very much enjoyed playing. Having to chase after a train while chucking down sticky bombs on its brakes or try to shoot it down is a very cool little aesthetic that I very much enjoyed playing. But that is just my list. Of course, I'd love to see your list as well in the comments down below. Do you agree with mine, or do you think that I'm a complete idiot and the data contract is the best thing that GTA Online has ever seen? Let me know in those comments down below. It should be noted, of course, that I'm very much looking forward to hopefully seeing some more of these contracts within the future, because having these little mini heists that pay pretty well as well is definitely a very nice addition to the game. Thank you all very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and if you really like what you see on the channel, consider becoming a member like Chloe, Robert, Elus Fire, Captain Price, Shakulu, and Dr. Strangelove. Join them and all the other members by clicking the join button down below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later.